Right, hello, hello, hello. I'm hoping I'm going to get my comments up. I'm hoping. Hello, hello. Every time. Comments up. Right. There we go. So, hi Carol, how are you? Hello, hello, hello. I'm hoping that I've now got everything and I am live. I'm hoping I've got it and it's not frozen. Hi Sarah, how are you? Long time no see. Sorry, I'm looking over there. That's where my comments are. I should change them over, shouldn't I, really? Okay, right. Well, I'll just wait for some more people to just join quickly. Hope you've really had a good day. I've been really, really cold today. I've had the blanket on and everything. I've been a right chilly chopped today. So, but I'm really, really excited. Look what I have now. I haven't even stamped these yet. I'm still waiting. I thought I'd wait and stamp them on line. So, oh, hi Savannah. Hi Jill. Right. Well, I have also got these brand new stamps that I've picked them up just today, and they are to go with set 1. So set 1, we've got different little areas that we can stamp onto your tag, and the days and the months of the year. So I only put a couple of borders on this stamp set, and I found I really wanted more. So we designed these ones. I know we've got the months and the year as well, but we've got a lot more borders with this one, and we've got a couple of sentiments as well. I wanted to do different months in a different font so that you can swap and change them, because that's kind of what's like on trend at the moment, with you having different 2 different fonts on a piece of work. So I thought that would be a really good idea. I couldn't fit any more on there. It was chock-a-block as it was, and we had to take things off because I'd put so much on. So we're going to have a snap-on photo tags 3 to come out soon. So for the moment there's this one, which is really nice. But the next one that will come out would be an A6 size. It's a bit smaller. So in here we've got 53 stamps, sorry, not 53, rewind, 43 stamps in here, and we've got, as I say, some different borders that I just thought would be nice to go with our luggage, our vintage luggage. Now I did have one that I stamped earlier that I can show you on here. So this is the snap-on tags, and as you can see, they work perfectly with these. So you can stamp these bigger onto a bigger tag if you want to. You can stamp them straight into your memory books or onto the back of your photographs. So that's what I've kind of designed them for. So there's lots and lots of uses on them. Hi Sue, how are you? Thank you for joining me. It's really, really nice. I'm hoping you can see me, because I seem to have got stuck. Maybe I should have. Right. Hopefully. Right. There we go. I'm hoping. I seem to be really, really far behind. There we go. I've got you now. That's good. I was like really far behind on one screen, so I sort of was going to have a bit of a panic attack then, thinking that I hadn't gone live and just kept my my opening screen on. So let's open these up and have a look at them. Now, what I've also done is I've made some hidden, because I thought, well, let's have a go at this. I've made some hidden paperclip pieces that we can then, that I've sized beautifully to fit our tag. So this is a 4x3 tag, photo mat that I've got here. Now if you've got a stamping block, by all means use one of those, especially if you want to get them really precise. The other thing I would suggest is get yourself a scrap piece of paper. Oh, sorry, I got stuck now. 1 second. Right, I'll have to do that in a minute. So get yourself a scrap piece of paper that you can stamp onto. So this is so that you can get them lined up. Now unfortunately there was no way of doing that for you if we want to have them interchanging. So, but the more you do it, the easier it will get. Now I've just cut myself acrylic block that's got 1/4 inch squares on, but your stamping platform will have that, I think. Now let me grab mine down here and we have a look, so I can show you with both. Right. So your stamping platform has also got, I think they're 1/4 inch squares going across. Yes, they are. So you could use that, which is just as good. But I'm going to stick with my little block for now, but I will show you that a bit later if you want to. So I really do need to clean them, but not right now. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to get one of my ones out of the Snap-on Photo Tag Stamps one. So I'm going to use the icons that come from that stamp set as well, so that you can see that they interchange. Okay, so I do love the smell of brand new stamps. Okay, all nice and neat. And then I'm going to stamp with some black ink. And I did have it here. See, isn't it funny? I got myself all set up, so I was raring and ready to go. Now I can't find, oh, there we go, anything that I had. So, right, let's get them out. So I'm going to use the top part of my block, and I'm going to go with July, and I'm going to put that, so I'm going to work out where I want it. So I'm going to start from my left hand side, and I'm just going to align them up. Now if you've got a cutting mat, a glass cutting mat that's got your measurements on, you can use that as well to help you get them in line. I think that's possibly about right. My cutting mat I've got over there, so I find as well, if I use that on camera, it does give it a glare, so I tend not to try and use it if I can help it. So it's July the 22nd, but I'm gonna go with the 23rd because I've only got 1, 2, so I'm gonna put that on there, put 23, and that can go there. I'm hoping I'm going to have this in the right order. I think I am. 3 and 2. Then I'm just going to put them in a there we go. So 23rd of July, and I'm going to have the bow. So I'm going to put the bow there, like so. And then I'm going to have one of these borders. Now, which one shall I have? I'm going to go with the, I'll go with the lines. And again, just line them up with your lines on your acrylic block, like so. And I'm not going to put the other one on just yet, the little box. I'm going to keep that as it is. Just stamp on them. I'll just add our ink. Then I'll just stamp it on here. And then I can work out if I need to change some bits. So I do need to change this one here. So I'm going to bring it in a little bit. And I'm going to bring this bit up. Just so that it's underneath. Like so. And I think that July needs to just move down just a tiny bit. There we go. I actually find this quite therapeutic doing this, just getting them all lined up. Right, that one. Just going to move that over a tiny bit. And stamp again. Now, also doing this, stamping it onto a scrap piece of paper is, especially if you've got brand new stamps, it is just helping to coat the stamps with some of your ink as well. It makes the next impression a lot better, as you can see there. So that I'm quite happy with, but this one I'm going to move up, I think. So I'm going to move that up, and then this one up again. So I find that it's a bit too, there we go. Yeah. Hopefully. Right. This looks like I'm going to like this one. So give it a push down. And then take it off. There we go. I've got that better now. So 23rd of July, and I've got our border underneath. So you can then add from your stamp one, you can add little photo place blocks that we've got. So this one says date, location, name. So you don't have to obviously use this on here. You can have that separately, or you can just have it as that, and then maybe draw your own box around there, which would be quite good. Hi Joe, how are you? Oh, thanks Joe. Yeah, they are. I hope they're going to be really super handy. I'm really looking forward to using these actually. So I'm just going to make sure I've got that in the middle. Move it up a bit. Sorry, I do faff a little bit with these. So give it a good tap down. Right, I'm going to go with straight now onto my tag. Line it up. I've got two sides, so if I make a mistake, I can always do the other side. There we go. So I need a bit more pressure, so that's where your stamping platform comes in. So what I'm going to do is just turn that over and re-stamp it. And this time I'm going to really put a lot of pressure on it. So, oh, nearly dropped it. There we go. I tend to stamp on the side. I never stamp upright. So push them down. Like so. Really try and get them in. So we'll just turn that over. There we go. So lovely impression there. Now I haven't got these yet on the website. As I say, I've only just this instant, not long, got them. I only got them today about 3 o'clock. So I've been just trying to tidy up again, and I haven't got them on the website. But if I ask Savannah very nicely if she would mind just popping them on for me, or if there's anybody that wants any, if you just say yes please, they will be $14.99. I'll take a note of your name and then I can send you an invoice afterwards. So I've just cut out some acetate, so you can see it just fits into that acetate tag nicely. So if you didn't want to use the this as a photo mat, you could use it as a tag, and that would then go on your luggage or in your book, what have you. Take no notice of the one on the back, because as I say, that is, I stamped it wrong and you wouldn't normally see that. So that's that one. So you can then, as I say, just interchange all these stamps with each other, and they all work, as I say, in conjunction with each other. So let's take these off. So I say the stamp set 1 has got some of the little logos on there, because if you look at what a vintage luggage tag looks like, you have got like an icon of like an aeroplane or something like that. You might have some letters, like if you were going to London, you might have LND for London, and then maybe the date and tiny bits like that. So that's what they're kind of based loosely on. So you can then add your paints or your distress inks or anything like that on here. So we'll take these numbers off and see if we can use a different number. So we'll go with June 25th, because that's also a good day for me. So this time I'm going to go with it being the other side. So June the 25th, and there, like so. I just have to double check to make sure I've got it the right way round. It's like doing it in resin, isn't it? Because you have to do it upside down. So 25th. Now another thing that you could get is a pair of tweezers, would really help as well. Maybe some non-stick ones. 25th. Another 5. There we go. Always seems to go a bit skew with. Again, if you're not very au fait or very good at getting them in line, you can always put them at a jointy angle, and that way you hide that they're not straight. But I'm going to persevere and get them straight, like so. There we go. That's a bit better. Move that 5 around. There we are. There we go. And I'm going to go with, oh, I don't know which one to choose. I've got, let's go with that one. So this is the musical notes one. And then what I may do is, now I've tried to get them all in the middle, all nice and straight, I'm going to move them now. Move them over, like so. And move that June over. And again, stamp them onto your scrap piece of paper. And again, these might need a few times to be stamped. Oh, that's not too bad. Apart from, I'm just going to move this up. You can actually add, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll add 2 borders with this one. So we'll add that one, and then we'll add this small dots. Are they dots? Yes. As well. Because I say the combinations are endless that you can do with these. Let me just check that's okay. Susan, Nearly finished the house album, so just ordered your other kits. Oh, thank you. Oh, brilliant. Oh, I'm really pleased that you like that, Susan. Wow. Don't forget to show in the Memories Papers Arts group. I'd love to see. We'll all love to see what you made, how you made it, and what papers you used, etc. It'd be lovely. So just push that down again, and I'm happy with that. So this is the the music sheets, and just stamp this down again. And you can stamp this in different colours as well. Don't you always do that? Right. I think I need a handle. So I'm going to stamp it right up the top, like so. Push down. Really well. So I'm going to leave that one like that because I'm not going to put anything here, because then it means you can write on that. But you can see that it's supposed to be a quite a vintage type look, this musical the music sheet. So but it is very, very crisp, like so. And you can add different bits to it. So we could add our faux stitching round here, which I'm loving doing at the moment, and I keep saying in different ones where I do it that I didn't actually come up with this idea. If I can find what I've done with it, I saw it at a workshop that I went to, and the lady that was demoing it was Jenny Marples, and she was showing us how you use a sewing wheel to create faux stitching, but I can't seem to find. I've tied it up and I don't know if that one will work. I can try this one. It's a bit smaller, but it's not. Oh, there it is, right next to it. So it's one of these. It looks a bit sharp because it's got points on and everything, but it's used to create your stitch lines in leather. But you can use it. You need a cutting mat underneath. Don't do this on a nice brand new table or your dining room table, otherwise you'll get holes in your table. So you just need to go put a bit of pressure on and create those stitch lines. I will bring it up a bit so that you can see. As I say, Jenny, I saw Jenny doing this at a workshop, and so thanks Jenny for that technique and tip. It's something I'm going to be doing in my albums from now on. So you need a very thin pen to do this. I've tried it with a thicker pen, it doesn't work. So you've created some holes, like some little faux stitchings. You can just see it here, and it doesn't matter if it's straight or not, because normally stitching isn't straight, or my stitching isn't straight. So just now let your pen find those little holes that you've created, and that it will look like stitching, I promise. So then come round and keep going. Now this pen is a fine, this is a Uniborn one, this is the fine tip one, but again, if you've got different gel pens, you may be able to make it work then. Just make sure that the tip is quite a thin tip. I found it, the thinner it is, the easier it is to find those perforations that you've made. There we go. So then that's the tag, and then if I just get this out, and we can then put it in like so. Now you can round the edges, you can do lots of different things with it now, but then that goes in like so. But what you can also do is leave that on the back and put your photograph on the front, and then have this on the back of your photograph, like so. So then that's another one. So then you can write in here whatever you need to write. I keep going up there. And let me see if I can move that down a little bit. That seems to be, there we go. I seem to be right up in the gods there. There we go, that's a bit better. So that's then the stitching around that. So you can do lots of different things with that. So what was we going to do now? So that's the stamps. So that's, I won't go through and stamp all of them, but you can add, as I say, we've got some sentiments on here. We've got 3 sentiments on here. So you've got one that says our adventure, and our story. And we've just got one here that says love. So you could have put love next to the your date as well, which would look really good. So again, it's just the interchanging of them, the aspect of them. I really liked that idea where you can just change things around. So we could put our adventure. I'll turn that one over that side. So I'll just turn that over there, and I'll put that at the top. Just check I've got it the right way round, and I haven't. So as I say, they work in conjunction with the tags, and I have got a product look at them where we did this little tag book here. This is all the tags that we've got. So the ones that I've got at the minute are the scalloped edge and the fishtail, which is this one here, and they fit a 4x3 photograph in there, and they come with the ring protectors as well. So again, I've just cut that out of, or die cutted that out of a different colour to make a bit of a feature of it. They look really good in a craft card as well. So that's there. We've got this one here. Oh yes, we're going to do our hidden paper clips, won't we? So I'll start with this one and then we'll do that. So I'm going to just ink that, and I'm going to stamp it off, because you know what I'll do is I'll stamp it onto there, and then it will be a bit wonky, and it's not too bad actually. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have it on a bit of a jointy angle. See if I can make it into a little bit of a wave, which you could then, oh, my new dies that are coming very soon, I have all they're in production at the minute. This would work really well with that. So I go down, create a wave. There we go. So I'm going to stamp it off. I like that actually. That looks really good. But I think I need to do this hour a little bit, come down and then up a bit more, like so, and then maybe bring that down there. So let's double. I've got a very juicy ink pad here as well. So our adventure. But if you wanted to, then what you could then do is, I'll just come up with a bit of an idea here. Now, right, I'm hoping that these are okay. Hoping these might be a little bit dry, but maybe not. So I'll stamp this off and then try it. Yeah, they're not too bad. So if you've got archival, you could use archival for this. But I've just picked up these because they were what I had at hand. So Our Adventure, let me just take that bit off. And go with a, can't do orange, let's go with the blue. I could have done all the colours of the rainbow if I'd have thought that through a little bit more, couldn't I? So, up. So you can carry on all the way down. So let me go with, I'll go with a couple more colours. So I'll go with a purple next, that would go quite well. I don't want to move this down my block because I'd never get the same position again. So let's just come down, and then you can make, then carry on all the way down, and then you can make sort of a sentiment or a, what do you call them, the topper, with just the words. Yes, Susan, I will be planning some more. Yes, I've got one that's coming again very soon. I've just got a few things that I'm working on at the moment. I've got to work on something for Carol, which will be next week's job, and then I've got 2 workshops coming up as well. One in July on the 22nd. That one is at no, it's not paper, it's Fabric Paper Scissors. That will be on the 22nd. I'm sure it's the 22nd, that one is. And that's a celebration album, that one's going to be. I'm still working on costs and things, but as it is at the minute, it's not out there yet. But if you're interested, then if you go on to the Fabric Paper Scissors website, then you'll be able to message Jane from there, and then you'll be able to then find out all the details when they come available. Maybe put your name down if you're really interested in doing that. But yes, I've got some more coming out. I've got a few in my head that I want to do. If there's anything that you would like, or you've got any ideas, then you can always message me, and I can see what I can do with that. I've got to make sure that I can make it out of A4, so I can't do anything bigger than an A4 at the moment, because that's all my laser will cut out. But yeah, hopefully in the future I can maybe cut a bit. If I'm very good, I might get a bigger laser. Right, so I'm going to do this purple one, and just I'm going to move it over a little bit because I seem like I'm a bit wobbling. So again, you could then come around and maybe stamp this bit so it looks like it's just continuing. That was the 2nd generation, but it wasn't enough on there. And that side, come here just with the E, and you can just carry that all the way along, then come all the way down, and you could then use that. Maybe we could ink the edges. What colour should I use? Should I use pink? Well, I should really, I suppose, put a pink one on there, shouldn't I? Let's go with this dark pink. And I'm not changing, I'm not cleaning my stamp as I'm going through, only because I'm only using colours that are going to blend together. So then that way you don't get mud. So I'm just going to come round here. I'm not going to do all of those, but I will just come round and do that side. Come with the E just off there. So we'll go with the pink. Let me just grab a blending tool. And because these are hybrid, they'll act like a distress ink. So just going to come around the edge now. I'm colouring my matte, but this is not going to make much difference with this matte here because it's so old, this cutting mat, but I love it because it's so small. Now I would carry on all the way down there, but I didn't want to carry on stamping. It's always the way, isn't it? Today I thought, right, I'm going to be really sloppy today and not have a shower. I had to go and get my shopping. I had that I did a click and collect, so I went and got my shopping and filled up my car and did all those sorts of things, give it a wash, etc, etc. And then I thought, right, I'll get in my sloppy joes and just mooch about and finish some bits that I had to finish. And then the lady she said, oh, their stamps are ready, do you want to come and collect them? I went, yes please. So I kind of had to say to her, I said to Amanda, do I look all right? And she went, yeah, you look fine. No, I didn't. So luckily I didn't see anybody I knew. So although I would carry on all the way down, but then this you could then put on to your hidden paper clip. So I put my paper clip in there, like so, and then you would, I'm not going to do that yet because I need to work out, because I had run out of my paper because it's so long. I'm going to need to put over the top here just a little cover, but then that's going to fit on there, so then that could be just in your book. So pretend this is your book and it would then fit on like so. So you could have something like that, or this might be better, that, so that then becomes a tab. So you could make this as like a tab on the side of your page. So I know this is not the correct one, just trying to find a page that's not too, there we go, let's take that out, there we go. So that could be the top of your page, and then you've got your other page there, but you could have it coming up like that, and then it becomes a tab that you can, I would round the corners as well, and obviously take that bit off. So that's your tag, or tab, I always get them mixed up. So that is the brand new stamps. It was quite quick. I didn't want to, I'm going to have a bit of a play with them now, but I was so excited I wanted to show them to everybody. Hi Julie, how are you? I hope everybody's having a really good day and evening. I was a bit early today. I thought I'd go on to Facebook instead of Twitch tonight. I like Twitch because I can just stream and craft, so I don't have to have anything planned, and it's just nice to have a chat with people and things like that. But I thought because this is a new stamps, I wanted to show them off. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show with them. They also work with the field notes. These are the small A6 dies that I've got. Again, they've got the date, location, and in the photo stamps as well. And it's just got ones here that I have got just a. It's just a stamp that's got lines on, so that you can you've got some lines. If you're anything like me, I can never write straight, so I do need lines. So we could put that on there. I'm going to bring it right up close actually. So you could put these in a line. I'm going to have it like that. Again, if I don't like it, I can just turn it over. Just making sure my box is straight. There we go. So this has got, it is quite grungy, the box, so it has got bits that don't stamp all the way through, but you can have then things like that. But I'm going to put this straight now and have it straight. I'm not going to get it straight now because now I've curved it. Yes I will, yes I will. There we go. So a bit more there. Sorry, I do fiddle. That can go underneath. I use that as my guide. Right, let's turn that over and do the back. There we go, so that's that one. So you can use them, as I say, they all interchange, my stamps all work all together. So I've actually got enough space on here to add another box. So another thing that you could do with this particular stamp is you could get it so that it was, you could make like a full sheet with just things, just stamp all next to it, a bit like a hexagon type pattern, but just with those. So then you can have a collage of just that type of thing. So there's another thing there. So there's lots of things, so they all interchange with each other. Yeah, so I think that's it really. As I say, they're all interchanged with everybody, with all the other stamps that I've got. They're all on the website. The brand new stamps will go up shortly after the live, so if you would like to buy them, then please do head on to the website or message me and I will put some aside. So thank you very much for your company. I know it was a really bit of a quick live tonight. I didn't want to go too mad with them. As I say, I'm going to have a really good play with them now, but I was just so excited. I wanted to show everybody. And I must move that over here so I look. I've just looked on there and I've got a very red nose. Or it looks like I've got a very red nose. It's a bit early for Rudolph. So, yeah. So, thanks again for watching. And I will see you again very soon. So bye everybody, lovely, thank you, bye.